DJ House of Pain, Sandokan Special. DJ House tem Sanducano Special.
Again, folks, Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio. We want to thank all of you again for listening. We say we appreciate it. I hope my audio is better this time around. And folks, we are here this evening, of course, to talk about what is happening back home, of course. Safety, safety, safety. But before I do anything else this afternoon, folks, I have to at least, okay, we're having some echo already. All right. So let's see. Okay, we're down. All right, I hope you can hear me. Let me get this. I'm not too sure. I hope I'm audible this time around. Okay. I'm still having echo. I'm not too sure what it is yet right now, but let's see. Okay. All right. So, folks, Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio. As you can see here, well dressed for this particular announcement we're going to be making here. If you can still hear me. Okay, we'll work on it. But let me just talk to the most important one. Quite recently, on the 27th of this month, our father, Mr. Christ Satu, passed away. That's the father of Nathaniel Cripepoor. And I myself, I'm not going to come over here and announce the death of the chief, one of the most important chief in our area, without me coming like somebody from Toad Town this evening, folks. I just have to. And so I decided to come up with all my credentials as somebody from Toad Town, with all my credentials. As you can see, my Fledru red hat, they call it those days. Okay, I got my red hat, I got this. I'm missing a few things here, but that's okay. But this is the blessing. The old man himself, we all have it. It's a blessing from the old man himself. And so I decided to do this here before I come on in here this afternoon. The old man passed, like I said, at the beginning of this week. However, about a little bit less than a month ago, the family decided the old man is not doing that great. He passed. He's about 105 years old. And so the family decided, okay, well, they're going to go ahead and send Nathaniel back home. And so Nathaniel went home. I think he was there for maybe a week or less, just so that he would be able to have conversation with the old man. And he did. And right now, if you were to call Nathaniel, he's grieving because that's his father. But honestly, I think he also at a point to say, okay, this is one of those things that when it happens, you let go. And I think Nathaniel have reached to that. And we're very grateful to him, the old man himself, and to God to make sure that those who are supposed to do what they have to do for him, they did. And I don't believe him, 105 years old, would die with a regret either. He has done everything. I'll tell you one other story about his father, this old man's father. Satu, in our area, there's rumors, and there's confirmed rumors as well. Quite recently, another young man called me from back home. And through the conversation from one thing to another, he told me, Satu himself, Christ Father Satu, if you marry a lady in the area, the lady is not legitimate until he comes and put his foot over the lady. I don't say hand, I say his foot. He take his legs and put it on the lady. It's okay. Now this lady is certified to be married to you. Now we're hoping that Christ himself now, Nathaniel Christ is not doing that kind of thing because they said, no way got you happy here. You don't take your foot and put it on anybody. All of our little brothers and sisters, their wives. Nathaniel Christ, you're not that kind of thing. They ain't passing on to you. I hope we keep it. We ourselves, we keep it. We're not doing that kind of take your foot and put up somebody to certify somebody to say this woman is certified to be married. Satu has to put his foot over that woman. And so with all of the good thing the old man left with us, that's one of the things we said, no man get out. We said that one there, the one that will take the people for, you take for and put on somebody who wants to say, oh, that woman certified, that woman, that one there, you can keep it away. As you can see here, I'm making a lot of fun here, because I think we're all kind of glad that the old man spent so many years with us. And we're blessed to have that. However, we still feel the pain because he's our father. So that no matter what, no matter how long he's still with us, we still feel the pain from time to time. So this is something that we don't take lightly, but as a family, I think this is one of those we will be rejoicing in a sense to say, when you say celebration of a life, this will be truly, truly celebration of a life, because the old man has done everything. Can you imagine me, Sansinto? I got the power in Toad Town to certify people with me when they come there. I put my phone. I say, yeah, they want. You see, my house at 49. I say, yeah, they want. She certified. But the old man said, I can leave it. I said, no. We said, no, man, tell that one because we want no power. Samson told LeBron Public Radio, folks. Well, I just started. I put that in there. But the old man, and we will be informing family members from time to time what the arrangement is going to be and what we intend to do as a family. However, whatever it is that we as a family are always together. And so I put that as my introduction this afternoon. Thank you very much for that, and we appreciate it. Now, let's go back to starting the program. I will not take my hat off because I'm done talking, discussing our Father. I will take all of the good stuff that when you're talking about the old man that you're supposed to have on. Now that I'm done talking about him, I will respectfully take it off and put it aside. And now we can say, let us now get back to Liberian Public Radio and the Liberian people issue, folks. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. I want to welcome all of you again. Safety. Safety, folks. Samson to LeBron Public Radio. Take care of your car, and your car will take care of you. Do you see how I just switched from Toad Town? Nah, I'm not too sure who I am, what position I'm on tonight. Do I look like American, or do I look like somebody from Total, or do I look like somebody from Monrovia? I think you would say from Monrovia because I got a little bit Total on me, then I got a little bit America something on me. Then I think I'm from Total. I mean, no, Monrovia. Samson Toll, LeBron Public. Let's do a little bit here this afternoon. Samson Toll, let's get it on. Let's do a little bit.
T'as des tomates et t'as des jeunes. Mais nous conduisons là. Nous conduisons là. Allez, nous menons là. Nous conduisons là. Nous conduisons là. Nous conduisons là. Nous poussons quoi. Oh, nous nous réveillons là. Ah, nous nous réveillons là. Allez, Sylvie.
Samson to LeBron Public Radio. Like I said, I want to welcome all of you again this evening. We're going to be rocking it here, and let me see if I think I hope I'm still audible because I don't have my stuff in my ears anymore. So let's see. Okay, folks. Again, I want to welcome all of you, and let's see how far we're going to go with this here this afternoon. Okay. Quite recently, if you're looking at my podcast here this afternoon, introduction, of course, is about Dr. Weir and the message. I wasn't on Monday, but that's okay. But before we do that, I can't forget this. Let's go ahead and see who we're going to be talking about here this afternoon, folks. Samson to LeBron Public Radio. That will be the president of the Republic of Liberia. Do they elect the president? And I'm not the only person saying that, though. He also said it. Do they elect it? He said that. But anyway, Dr. Weir, do they elect it? 61.5% elected. And so we, again, that's Dr. Weir, President of the Republic of Liberia, who over the week, Monday, he gave a speech to his people. And it was very interesting. But I'll go through that. Now, that's Dr. Weir. Now, let's go to the video of Dr. Weir he talked about a lot of stuff. Some of them I wasn't impressed at all. He didn't call too many Grand Jide road business. He just go around, put a whole road belt around Grand Jide, nothing. Then at the end, he say, "Oh, going to come here, can the Grand Jide." Please, what's wrong with us? By the way, I'm not gonna do it on that. Of course, I'm from Grand Jide. What do you want me to do? You want me to be quiet? I'm not gonna be quiet. Okay, let's go on. Now let's watch Dr. Weir during the campaign, during the election, when he was walking through the mud of Liberia and the roads. That particular place, I didn't hear him talking about that. I don't know what that place is, but I didn't hear him talk about a lot of places. He talked about Lofa, though. He also talked about one of the things I didn't hear him talking about Cape Mount County. And folks, that's one thing I'm going to do here tonight. Okay, history is good. It's only good if people who are alive or people who have interest of the past can look into that. Perhaps that will inform you of the future as well. And I think our brothers and sisters back home not doing that, and it's hurting them. And I'll prove that here tonight. Let's go on. Look at this here. Look at this.
Let's make sure you do that same thing for you can hold. Hold the stage. No, I don't need show the road. You must stay. What kind of junior that before? No, I beg you. Man, let's make sure you do that same thing for you can hold.
There we have it. There we have it. Let's see now. Let's talk about what Dr. We are going to be telling us now, folks. Let's see now that he walked there, and let's see recently. I'll continue to play this video as well. Let's see what he's going to say about us thanking him. I don't think he wants that. Let's watch. Let's listen to this.
This is the right thing to do. Our country, it doesn't matter how many homes we got there, if no roads to connect, it's not completed. So I am happy with my road projects. From the capital to the hinterland, I will continue with my road projects. Anyone that will come after me will find something else to do. But I think that Liberia, being the first African republic, also needs a road network. And this is what we're doing. You don't need to thank me, that's my responsibility. I need to thank you for making me to serve the country. This is the right thing to do.
Thank me. It's my responsibility. I want to, if anything, I should be the one to thank you guys for the opportunity given me to serve you, Dr. Weir. Folks, main subject matter here tonight, like I stated, is the annual message Dr. Weir gave on Monday. And as usual, I don't pull punches, folks. We do this with respect. We do it for making sure that we are respectful to the process, that we are also respectful to not just to the process, but that we are also respectful to the institution itself. And I think with that in mind, we will now, okay. Folks, if my, yes, I got that, Okay, let's see. I don't know why. Okay, Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio. Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio. I think it's a little bit clearer now, maybe. I'm not too sure what is going on with this here. But anyway, we most likely gonna get some, and I'm having echo when I do that. So let's see. Let's push this down a little bit, folks. Samson told me you got that wrong. Huh? But anyway, yeah, that's what I said. Okay, I think because I can see the bubbles up there that is moving up. I thought I had it under control the other day, but apparently not. So let's try it. Okay. Anyhow, I'll try to shut. I'm not going to be here that long. But anyhow, let's get this straight. Dr. Weah message on Monday. Folks, I wasn't happy at all. And I was not anxious to come on Monday to promote or to title that. Because I thought the message itself, for me, it didn't generate anything whatsoever for me. The very first time I listened to it, it didn't generate nothing whatsoever. And I really didn't see why he will give a message of such, because I listened to it, not the entirety, because I listened to it at work. So I got so, disconnected that I said, I'm not even going to finish it, so I stopped it. But when I got home, I've already decided I wasn't going to do my show. So when I got home, I said, okay, let me listen to it for the second time. And then I listened to it. And folks, the entire 2 hours or so was, I don't know what it was. I really don't know what Dr. Weah was saying. If you want to know what he was saying, you can go on Front Page Africa and you will hear it. But to listen to him, it didn't do him no justice whatsoever. Until 25 minutes before the end of the program. That's when the actual State of the Union address started. If you go back to the video and just go to 25 minutes before the end of the program and start listening from there, you will clearly understand that that was the beginning of the true State of the Union or State of the Nation address. Because the rest of the stuff, I'm not too sure who Dr. Weah was talking to. I didn't get anything out of it, but when he decided now, he says, let me read that part. This is the part that I want you to pay attention to, folks. Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio. This is the part that I want you to pay attention to if you have the opportunity to do it. He says here, he said, he said, okay. Just give me, I want you to, okay, he said, I would like now to break from tradition and respectfully beg your kind permission to allow me to speak directly to the Liberian people. That's when the true Liberian State of the Nation address by Dr. Weah started. The rest of it, I'm not too sure who put those things in there. Because they didn't generate anything for me. It didn't do anything for me. It didn't move me emotionally, because when you're giving these kinds of speeches, you're supposed to have something that will move people. And I will show you here a nation address by Dr. Tuber back in 1973, if I can get it here. Okay, and I will show you some places. And these are things that I'm not too sure these people nowadays, if you're asked to be in the government, if you're going to be writing speeches for the president, try and do some little research perhaps. and you will be able to understand. Dr. Talbot spoke for almost 3 hours, and the audience were captivated to his speeches. They were mesmerized back in 19, because everything that was stated were connected to the people. And here we have Dr. Weir for over 2 hours or something, and nothing. I'm not talking about you, but I didn't get anything until 25 minutes before the end of the program. When the actual message to the nation started. And I think perhaps those who are going to be writing Dr. Weir's speeches and things like that, they should let him be involved as much as possible. Because when he said this, I would now like to break from tradition. I think that's something that perhaps that particular aspect from that point on, the rest of it, I think it has to do with somebody. He has a lot of input in it. But the rest of the stuff, they're not even connected. Now, those days when Dr. Talbot would do his speech, and I have it here, folks. I have it here. When Dr. Talbot would come and give his speeches, they have him going, for example, he would start from the foreign relationship. Okay? Now, why would anybody be calling me now? Okay. Anyway, he will start with foreign relationship. Okay? And I'm not saying Dr. Weir should copy from Talbot and what have you. But listen to how he speaks. He speaks like some of those other top men or Doe or something. I mean, so if you're going to do that, go ahead and do a little bit of research on that as well. Okay? So Dr. Talbot go from ministry. And in those ministry, the report that comes from those ministry, as what he used, they use it, compile it, and become a speech to the nation. Because each of the ministries serve a purpose within his government. I didn't hear any of that. I heard a lot of stuff. And if you ask anybody, those that were there yesterday, Monday, if you ask them right now to tell you one single thing they took out of it, most likely they will make reference to the 25 minutes before the end of the show. Because that's when Dr. Weir started. The rest of his stuff, yeah, you can say, well, he said that. I don't even remember any of it. I don't. Because it didn't, like I said, it didn't generate anything for me. Nothing. Now, this is the case, then you say, but Mr. Toole, you always said the president must speak. He had to speak to the people. Then when he speaks to them, then you say, yeah, of course, maybe you can fault me as well. You can say, well, you asked for that, and then you say, well, sometimes, yeah, I agree with your argument. That's fine. But the point is, he go from one extreme of not talking to the other extreme of talking PhD and going over my head. That's the point I'm talking about. I'm not educated. So all that book he talking, all that big words he using, they ain't move me. I don't understand of it. But when he got to the point to say, now, let's talk Wallace English. And this is what I've been asking Dr. Weir to do for a very long time. Talk to us Wallace English. We will understand you. And this, ladies and gentlemen, he did. He did. Go back to the speech and go to 25 minutes, because I counted the time. And I have a program, you put stuff on and they tell you at what point this thing started. 25 minutes before the end of the program. That's when, for me, that's when the actual speech started. And when I came home and listened to that 25, I said, holy smoke. The president just nailed everything. Oh my goodness, I'm excited. I'm going to play this. I'm going to go on. And I was so excited. And so I took the rest of the evening yesterday and the rest of today to try to put pieces together so that we can listen to him 25 minutes before the end of the program. In that process, he spoke, and here's another thing I want to mention. You remember Honorable Munan Peno speaking of sedition and said, whatever you guys have, whatever anger that is bothering you, whatever it is that we have done, that perhaps you are giving us a vote of anger vote, as calling to her. Let's meet at the sycamore tree, under the sycamore tree, and have a conversation. And Dr. Weir didn't say it correctly like that, but he truly addressed sedition. 25 minutes before the end, he addressed sedition. He addressed the Liberian people issues, many of the issues that people have been protesting about. Of course, not the way I would like to see it, but he touched on it. And the way he touched on it is this. And I will play you all of that. I just want to lay it out here so that when I play, the way he touched on it is this. He wrapped it up into peace. Peace. And boom, he threw it right in our right before us, in front of us. Say, now this is peace. If you want progress, this is the package, and it's wrapped up in peace. If you want progress, you better unwrap this thing easily, because this is peace. And if you intend and rush yourself, oh, I love that part. Yeah, I will play you guys here tonight. I just love it when Dr. Weir does. Like I said, the 1 hour and what, 25 minutes or 1 hour and 50 minutes or whatever, it didn't move me. I was like, the man not talking to me, talking to somebody else. But the 25 minutes, that's what I'm talking about. So he wrapped it up in peace. He said, you want development? It's wrapped up in peace. You want progress? It wrapped up in peace. If anything you want for us to move this country together as people, it's wrapped up in peace. And therefore, here is it. Liberian people, if you want to make sure that all of these things you want, this thing is wrapped in peace. So don't rush it on how you unwrap this thing, because if you tear the piece, because the thing is wrapped in peace, so you got to take it easy so the peace don't come out and then you have issues. Oh, I love it. I love it, folks. I love it. And this is when you know that when he's not in a bubble. The first hour and a half or 2 hours, almost 2 hours, that one part you are in a bubble. He was speaking a PhD. That ain't moved me, ain't do nothing for me. I told you already. That one is for the boat people. Here, the boat people, let them talk their boat business. But when he got out of that and said, permit me. All the boat people, you're sitting there, you're way small. I finish addressing you. You let me address people that something told them that I don't know nothing. Please, let me address people that something told them from total that I don't know anything, no English. So let me address the people. And he went at it. And I thought that was very exciting. And so now, folks, let's listen to Dr. Weir a little bit. Because he says here, okay, that he's going to tell us, and let me play it first, then I'll come and read it, what my own interpretation. Very interesting, very interesting, very interesting. This is Samson to LeBron Public Radio. I love it, I love it. And I'm glad that Dr. Weir was able to, if he had left it the way it was, the 1 hour plus 1 hour 50 minutes plus just you know, speaking all that thing, it was not going to move me. I'm not even going to touch it. I'm going to be talking something else. But the 25 minutes before the end, that's when he picked it up. And when he picked it up, you can tell the divisive nature of we Liberians, because I thought he made some good point. But in terms of people clapping and people who are supposed to be excited, they're not being, you don't hear that. And when he was talking, when you listen to the video, the person who was doing the video, either the person who was doing the video or the person close to the mic, those people, the next time Dr. Weir is giving speech, they're not giving speech for you. You're close your mouth because you're disturbing our show. Whether you are executive marshal or not, we're not supposed to hear you. You want to cheer the president on, go sit down somewhere else so that your voice does not interrupt the president while you call him Baku. Oh, yeah. You want to do those kind of things, go sit somewhere else. And you can do it. So your voice not interrupt somebody saying, I will play, and you guys can hear clearly in the background. Let me now play this wonderful, wonderful video, the first sect of it, and let me play that for you, folks. Samson told. Dr. Weah is now going to tell us, okay? The first one here, he's going to tell us why. Oh, yes, yes. Sometimes, you know, I wish I was closer to this young man. He's going to tell us why, at a young age of 38, why he decided to jump into the political ring, into the political arena of Liberia. What was some of the things that moved him? Because let's be sincere. Let's be sincere. This is a guy that played football. And when you're playing football like a big star like he was, people cheer for you. And if you were to say, he decided, look, I want to stay here in Italy, he would still be popular in Italy. If he want to stay in England, he will still be popular in England. France, forget it. So any of those three countries that I just named, he's still going to be popular. But he decided, no, I will go to Liberia and I will do something, get myself involved. And at the age of 38, why did Dr. Weah decided, knowing fully well that he has lots of shortcomings, lots and lots of shortcomings. There's no question asked. But why did he decide to put all of that and put his own personality and whatever he had, put it into the spotlight of the Liberian people? Let's listen here. And this comes about 25 minutes before the end of the program. Let's listen.
My fellow Liberians, it has been just over 24 months since you voted me and the Coalition for Democratic Change into office. Before that resounding victory, we were all out there together in the political wilderness, struggling for social justice and for improvement in our economic conditions, improvement in our lives and livelihood, and hoping for a brighter future for ourselves and our children. It is against this backdrop of social injustice that I, out of my love and concern for my country and people, was motivated to present myself as a catalyst of hope, peace, and change, to lead a mass movement that will challenge the status quo and become the voice of the voiceless and offer hope to the hopeless.
And offer hope to the hopeless. And whether you agree with him or you like him, he's telling you why he got involved. He got involved according to him. Okay? He got involved because, first of all, he wanted to see if he can improve the injustice, social injustice, according to him, that was happening in his country. Okay? He also got involved to be a catalyst for peace, voiceless to talk for people who can't talk for them, to talk for people like Samson told them. Okay? And this, folks, this thing, it comes about 25 minutes before the end of the program. Okay? Now, if I was involved, I would have had those things front loaded and put it in the front. Then after that, we can talk all the thing there. But by the time he got to this, people were already tired. Human attention span is not that great anyway. So by the time he got to the meat on the bone, people were already tired. Okay, so he went on, and there are many more, and I have a lot more to show you here tonight. Okay, so let's my stuff is not cooperating with me now again. All right. So anyway, so after that, he's not going to tell us some 16 years ago at age 38, why was he sacrificing that much? And what did he do? Let's watch. Samson told LeBron Public Radio. Let's see what Dr. We are going to say now.
It is out of these aspirations that 16 years ago, at 38 years of age, I was inspired to found the LIBERIA National Congress, which was later become the Congress for Democratic Change, as a political movement with the objective of challenging the existing political order peacefully through the ballot box, and in order to seek justice for the poor, the disadvantaged, and the marginalized in our society. Together, we dreamed the impossible dream, and after 12 years of non-violent struggle, our dreams were realized. The rest is now a part of Liberian political history. The now Coalition for Democratic Change was swept into office by a landslide of 61.5% of the popular vote, decisively defeating the ruling party that had been in office for 12 years. It is out of these aspirations.
You get that? He got involved. First, he formed what he called Liberian National Congress, and then later on it became CDC. But the main thing was this thing that I've been saying here. He won the election. He took it on a little bit. He won the election by 61.5%. Landslide, he called it. I'm not even going to deal with that. But the point that I want to make here is this. In this 25 minutes before the end of the program, if you go to almost to the end, 25 minutes before the program was over, that's when you're going to enjoy the program that happened on Monday. Okay? So when he went out to explain to us, okay, 16 years ago, he said that he jumped in, decided to challenge the status quo by peaceful means, according to him. Of course, we can disagree with that peaceful means because a lot of all over the place here. So we know that it wasn't quite peacefully as he claiming now. But that's fine. That's fine. When they went to the ballot box for 12 years, every time they get beat. Some of us believe they were cheated. I truly believe that they were cheated. You can ask me, oh, Mr. To, what's your proof? Well, forget your proof. I don't got no proof. I just say it because I want to say it. But anyhow, so he's saying now, okay, basically what he's laying out, and it's going to come through here later on in the other segment that I'm going to be playing. You want this thing I got. Look how I got it. I didn't go in the bush. I didn't take guns in the street. People brutalize us, and we know that. They also, sedition themselves also were very, very rough on the government. There's nothing secret about that. But he's saying, in a way, opposition, I'm here. You want it, you can have it. But you're going to have to go through a proper channel. Not come through the back door. He's saying, I didn't come through here through the back door. I started the process 16 years ago at the young age of 38. Because there was certain things that I have identified within the community. There's certain things within the society that I have identified to say these things are not right for our people. All right, let me put my gun off, man. We're going to business there. Anything you know that planty told coming talk to you now. Hey, then he said, I'm paraphrasing, folks. Don't say I'm quoting him. Don't come back here with all your book business. You want book? Go. Those of you that left book business, you go listen to the hour and 25 minutes, hour and 50 minutes of it. They okay, that one that are both people. But then what I'm talking about that for us. Something told them that I don't know nothing. So please bear me. But anyway, you want it, it's open. But you have to work for it, just like I did, he says. I started this thing at a young age of 38. 16 years ago, I decided to form this thing because there's certain thing that I have identified that I thought I can speak for the voiceless, that I thought I can speak for those that are marginalized in this country. The government say they can do X, Y, and Z, but according to me, the government is not doing anything. Oh, Dr. Weir, good evening. Say good night. No, good morning. Yeah. It's the same song other people are singing now, Doc. They're saying you're not doing what you said the other people were not doing before. So you have the COP and the rest of the people organizing themselves to protest. Yes. The same thing. The same thing. They also have identified certain things in the society that your government, according to them, is not doing to bring the people up. Whereas you also at the time felt within yourself that there are certain people that couldn't speak for themselves, and you decide you want to be the spokesperson for them. Does that sound familiar? My goodness, folks. Samson told that, I'm enjoying myself already. And like I said, if you're a political junkie, these are kinds of stuff that get you excited. Except this is on a Wednesday afternoon. I wish it was a Friday afternoon that I can be dancing and everything, but I can't do that because I got to go to work tomorrow morning. Anyhow, let's go on. Now, Dr. Weir going to now tell us, okay? Let's listen to it, and then I will come back because I don't want to preempt this thing here. So let's listen to what Dr. Weir have to say. Then I'll come back and expand on that based on my understanding. Now, let's do it again. I will come back and expand on that based on my understanding. Not your understanding. So you have the right to disagree with my understanding. Does that make sense? Samson told LeBron. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's listen to Dr. Weir and see how far we're going to go with this one.
I was aware when I offered myself for leadership that many things were wrong with this country. Many things were broken in this economy. And many things would need to be corrected. Revise, reverse, cancel, and otherwise rectify before real progress will be made. There is no doubt in my mind, and there has never been any such doubt that I have the ability to meet these challenges heads on, to deal with them decisively and successfully, and thereby justify the confidence that you have reposed in me. I was aware when I offered myself for leadership that
Did you get that? He said, look, before I came into that, I didn't come in here blind. I knew exactly what I was doing. Now, this particular statement seemed to undercut some of the argument that people like Samson have been making for the last year and so. Oh, they put the man in a bubble. Oh, the man in a bubble. I still believe he's in a bubble. But this particular statement, he's telling me, Samson told you keep telling him, the people nobody put me in a bubble. I was aware of the challenges this country was facing as I took on the leadership. But then the question that I have to Dr. Weir is, if you knew all of these things, let me put my gun up, man. We're going to business there and the real cheat-town talking now. If you were aware, back home, how the old people, they want to sit down and ready to talk. When the other one ready to talk, he take a gun and right now he ready. Nobody going to stop him now. So the same thing here with me and Dr. Weir. Dr. Weir, the question is, if you're quite aware of what you said you were getting into, does it not require some preparation, sir? I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did. You're not going to sit here this afternoon. Am I putting Dr. Weir on trial or something? Samson, I love myself. By the way, I'll go on with that process. So, Dr. Weir, you're not on trial. I'm just asking some questions. So, don't you think that it requires some preparation? The fact that you know exactly what you're getting into, and you know the challenges that was facing you, that could face you when you get in. You already told us. Does it not require some preparation? Okay, I agree. You say you were prepared. Fine. If you're prepared, sir, why is it that we're having this kind of economic issue right now? If you're prepared, sir, why is it that these things that are happening in the country, food prices are up, and X, Y, and Z, that doesn't bode well for you? Oh, okay, all right, I take it, I got it. I'm not paying attention closely, maybe. Okay, tell me some more. Let's listen again. Folks, this is Dr. Weir telling us. He was aware coming into this, okay, that the leadership, first of all, he knew that there was a broken economy. He stated that. He told us that. Has the broken economy been fixed? This is why I said this 25 minutes before the end of this program was the true beginning of the conversation with the nation. Because this particular part, this particular point, you can bring it up because you know whatever he's talking about within the last 25 minutes before the end of the program, you seriously affect our people, and you quite understand that. So that you can bring it up. So he said he's aware of the broken economy. What's going on with the economy now? Has it been improved? It's your judgment. Okay, all right. So he also saying that this is what I like. This is, you see, Dr. Weir has put himself, and I love this. To be honest with people. This is what we've been asking him to do all along. To be honest with all of us. To say, I got nothing to hide. This is it. So he came up here. He said, I know all of these things are happening, but in order for me to move this country from one point to another, the area where most of you want this country to go, he said, let me use the exact word he used here, okay? Things will need to be corrected, revised, cancel, otherwise rectify before the real progress could be made. Okay? All right. So by him saying that, he is also understanding that there are certain things that need to be changed around. Now, the question is, in this process of changing things around, Dr. Weir, are you now prepared to do some sort of a reshuffle? Because those that are in these positions that's supposed to change these things around, they're not quite there yet. I don't see it. Maybe I'm wrong, and I'm only one person. So there again, my idea might not even be suitable for this kind of conversation. Because perhaps I'm talking because somebody from way to town, they don't understand Morea language. So maybe you people in Morea, you're speaking Morea English. I hear that one. But anyhow, are these people on board with you? And that's one of the things that I didn't hear here. Okay? Here's another interesting thing. If you were to watch, one of the things that I refuse to play the introduction part of it. First of all, I don't like the sitting condition. The president here, the speaker here, the vice president all the way down here. I don't like that position. The vice president been complaining a week leading up to this point. And then you're going to have a sitting condition. Why can't we have the vice president and the speaker on the same platform? Why can't we do that? And the vice president, even if you're going to put a vice president, why can't we have a vice president have a seal, the seal of the nation on the vice president on a platform? Nothing. And these things are not necessary. They continue to do that. And some of us watch these things, and some of us observe these things and pointing them out as well. So if you know, Dr. Weir, let's go back to this again. If all of these things need to be corrected, these are some of the areas that need to be corrected as well. Because eventually you're going to have to tell the Liberian people what is the true nature of the working relationship between you and your vice president. We need to know that as well. And not only me, the international community look at these kinds of stuff. Okay? So let's go now. Now that he finished telling us, okay, let's go to the, I got a lot of video here tonight I'm going to be playing for you. So let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. And I hope I don't repeat any of them here tonight, but let's go to the next one. Where now he's going to, in fact, I don't want to preempt. Let's listen to it, and then I'll come back from the other end as well.
Without trying to make any excuses, let me explain that many of the problems that my government has inherited are external problems and require solutions, which must include global and innovative approaches. Again, some of the problems are structural in nature and have been around for many decades. We are currently carrying out structural adjustment to our economy, but we will not reap the benefit in the short term, but rather in the medium to a long term. I sense the impatient, but I would like to tell you today, my dear fellow Liberians, that I am fully preoccupied in the search for lasting solution to the problem that we have all faced as a nation and as a people for so long. Development and transformation is a process which takes place over time. It is not an overnight event. Progress and growth always take time. However, in spite of this, I've used a few months that I've been in office to utilize the limited resources that are available to me to implement several projects and programs that are beginning to have a quick and direct impact on the lives of our people, and in the short term. Without trying to make any excuses, let me explain that many of the problems.
Did you get that? So here we go. He's telling you that he's been working. I'm not too sure that I'm going to agree with that, but who am I to disagree? But I have the right, just like any other Liberian, that can agree or disagree with this, doesn't matter. But I don't agree with that, the challenges, and somehow he's finding lasting solution. And I don't agree with it, not that I don't believe what he's saying, but I just have not seen any kinds of proof, to be honest with you. And so I must stay so as well. Okay, so I like to see more. I like to see more because I just don't see anything yet. Okay, so let's go on. But he also said that, though. He also said that he says, now here's the connection to the recent protest. He sensed the impatience of the Liberian people. He sensed that these people wanted something for which they hire him, and perhaps he's not delivering quickly enough for them, and therefore he sensed the impatience. However, he's saying development takes time. Then the question to you, Dr. Weir, is development and all these things take time. Why are you building road in the rainy season and trying to get it done in 6 months? Why are you doing these kinds of projects fast, like a fast food stuff, knowing fully well they're not going to last because they're not quite largely prepared, adequately prepared. As a result, they're not going to last. We all know that. But yet still, you're asking the Liberian people to be patient. That's fine. This is what we ourselves that perhaps have these type of platform will continue to preach that patience. You know the Liberian people, they're very patient people. They are patient. You know that. And so they will work with you. I'm sure of that. But at least there are certain areas that their demand have not been even addressed. You have thousands and thousands of Liberians gathered the last time. Asking, even though some of them, the way they went about it, we don't agree with some of the end things, but it doesn't matter. The message was there. Asking the government to look into certain activity. I didn't hear anything about the 25 million. Maybe it was with the book people own, but only one I didn't hear anything. That wasn't addressed. That wasn't addressed. And there was some statement here that was made, and you can fact check those things, and perhaps they're probably not going to come. The government most likely not going to come out. Maybe you can give them one or two penny good. You know, if you fact check, it's not quite the way the doctor we are preaching it right now. But anyway, the most important thing he wants time. That these things don't happen overnight. And as long as he's sincere with the people to say, look, yeah, what I'm doing. Here is the thing that I'm doing, but these things take time. I'm sure people will be reasonable and say, okay, we agree with you. Let's listen some more. Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. Folks, Samson to here this afternoon on LIBERIA Public Radio. Let's listen in here as he going to tell us some more stuff. Let's
if we continue to work together and avoid the things that can disrupt the economy, we will see higher levels of growth in 2022 and 2023 and beyond. But we must work together as Liberians to achieve this. We must put aside our political differences. No matter what your political affiliation, we are all Liberians. We are one country, Liberia. And unless we work together, despite our differences, our country will not go forward. And so, I ask you to bear with me. And as we say in our Liberian way, give me a small chance, yeah? So I can face it. No one among us here is perfect. And I am not exception. I am sure that since you voted me into office, there are some things that I have done that I could have done better or differently. But again, as we say in our Liberian palace, are on age. I am on age, and I will do it. If we continue to work together and avoid the thing.
Here he goes. If we work together as a group of people and continue to find reason that we have something in this together, the success is for sure. If we find reason to work together, but then again, you've heard him. I'm working, but I beg you, give me small chance, yeah? That's the kinds of sincerity that people look for. No, admit to the people. Be humble. Admit to the people that things are not the way they're supposed to be. However, you're working on it. Okay? And people are saying no sound still. I'm not too sure what the deal is here tonight. Again, Samson told LIBERIA Public, I can't do that. Okay. I don't know what's going on. Okay. I'm trying just carry your stuff up a little bit. We'll work on it some more. Okay. Again, Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio. So let's try a little bit more. I think it should be a little bit better than that. All right. But anyway, so you continue to say to the people, this is what I'm doing. Already they did a lot of things that happening that they don't have no trust in this government. Anyway, many people. because we heard and we've seen a lot of people demonstrating. And in fact, immediately after the speech, what happened in Grand Bazaar? The motorbike kid, they decided to block the road. Okay? So the point here is, Doctor, we are going to have to continue to be truthful. Not that he hasn't been truthful, that's not my point. But continue to lay bare, to say, this is what I'm doing. Involve the people into the process. Let the people know what's going on. Then there will be no meaning, no chance, no opportunity for some of us to interpret, or for some of us to imply, or for some of us to come and fill in the gap. Okay? So let's listen some more. Let's listen some more. Okay? The president, I got two more to go after this one. But let's listen here and see what exactly. He just told you he needs time. He needs time. I'm not too sure if that is a winning card here, giving time. We'll see. We'll see if it is a winning card. We'll see. I'm not the judge. I'm giving it to you as it is. So you, as a Liberian, you have a stake into this thing. You have a skin to fry into the whatever it is. But let's listen.
For over 12 years before we came into office, the peace in Liberia was maintained by thousands of foreign soldiers on our soil, protecting us from each other, protecting the people from the government, and protecting the government from the people. Since the departure of the peacekeeper, we have kept the peace, not by force of arms or military might, but by the shared political will of the government and its kind and professional approach to the management and resolution of conflicts. This is a prime achievement, especially in view of the fact that there have been many dissident voices and differences of view since we came to office. Some of which resulted in peaceful street protests. Our human rights record is pristine clear. In 2 years, not a single bullet has been fired in anger by this government at any of our citizens. And consequently, there have been no death from street protests. No persons have been arrested for exercising their constitutional rights of peaceful assembly. And above all, there are no persons who have been jailed because of their political beliefs or association. Every citizen has the right under the constitutions to have dissenting views and to express them freely and peacefully under the guidelines provided therein. And so, we welcome these exercises of democratic rights and freedom and consider them as positive proof of a healthy and functional democracy. For over 12 years before we came to...
So there you have it. He's now, first of all, he brought back Ellen. He said they were here for 12 years. And under their leadership, while they were here, we have the international community keeping the peace. He didn't give them no credit. Then he said, we came in when they were gone. We're keeping the peace. He gave himself credit. That's politics. There's no question. That's fine. I have no issue with it. I have no issue with it. So now he's saying, this time around, since we've been here, people have the freedom to speak their mind. People have the freedom to do whatever they want to do in terms of protesting and what have you. He didn't mention the tear gas incident recently. He didn't mention any of those things. So then, why does he have that disconnect? He's saying here that people have the freedom to protest under his government. He has allowed no bullet, which is true. But does that mean you can do tear gas and water cannon since you didn't shoot no gun? Okay. So with that, how do you square that? There's a disconnect. There's a disconnect. There's a disconnect, and I'm not too sure how we address that. But then once again, I'm bringing it to you. You make that judgment and say, okay, he's saying this, I agree with it, I don't agree with it, it's up to you. But the reason why I'm doing this, because if you listen to the entire speech, the 1 hour, 50 minutes or so, it was somewhere else that I didn't get anything. Maybe you did, because you people are smarter than me, way smarter than me, okay? But I just didn't get it, okay? But when the 25 minute mark, that's when for me, that's when the entire thing started. So let's go to second to the last, and then we can see what we do. Now he's still on a peace issue though. Okay, this is to bring home the peace aspect of his government. Let's see. If we continue to work together, we avoid the things that can disrupt the economy. We will see higher level of growth in 2022, 2023, and beyond. But we must work together as Liberians to achieve this. But in order to make sure we get the kind of growth we want, we must work together as Liberians to achieve this. Okay? We must put aside our political differences. No matter what political affiliation, we are all Liberians. We have one country, Liberia, and unless we work together, despite our differences, our country will not go forward. Now, folks, does that not make sense? Then the question to Dr. Weah is, maybe I'm just speculating now. Maybe he's laying the groundwork for the reshuffle that we all been yearning for. Maybe he's laying the groundwork to invite more non-sedition into this government. But then how the sedition, how line of sedition, how are they going to take that? I don't know. That's going to be interesting. That's going to be interesting. But let us don't forget now. The vice president also stated here the last time that there are many unity party left over that were still working for the government. In fact, some of them in her office, she said. So it's not like they're not inclusive already. So we can't accuse them of that. We can't accuse them of that. However, in positions that are supposed to impact the life of Liberians, those kinds of areas need to be much more inclusive than what it is now. My opinion. I could be wrong. Okay. Now let's see. And so I ask you to bear with me. And as we say in our Liberian way, give me small chance, yeah, so I can fix it. That was who I can fix it. Who does it sound like? Donald Trump. I alone can fix it. Yeah. I love it. Folks, as Samson told LIBERIA Public, let's listen in to this, like I said, second to the last, but it's still going to be on the peace aspect of it. This is something that I enjoy. Let's listen.
We want peace in our land. And so, my fellow Liberians, this is my pledge that I made to you today. Honor my leadership. Liberia will prosper. I will provide you with quality leadership, a leadership of inclusive participation, openness, and accountability in reducing poverty and improving the quality of life for all. This, in essence, is the true meaning and purpose of the Pro agenda. And so, I say to you, bravo, fellow Liberians, bravo. We want peace in our land. And so, my fellow Liberians, this is my pledge that I made to you today. Honor my leadership. Liberia will prosper.
And right there, he's telling us that we have to work together. Peace, only peace, through peace. And I believe that as well. But in order for us to achieve that kinds of stuff that Dr. Weir is pronouncing, he's going to have to seriously clean house. Because you can't ask other people to be peaceful when you have other folks that come out and just like what happened to the vice president the other day. No reason, because the vice president had an interview and that gave rise to somebody to insult the vice president. And yet still the president is coming on a Monday afternoon asking for peace. They need to settle their peace in the house first. Settle the peace with you and the vice. Look at the vice president, look at the picture. It tells you everything. Things are not well. So you're coming to the Liberian people asking for peace, but yet still there is not certain. You heard the Bond County superintendent leaked tape. So those, and you heard Moruba Moru now famous how do you call it, liquor talk. Those are kinds of stuff you're going to have to settle first. Let me play the last one and then I can open my line, folks. Samson to Liberian Public Radio.
Let me assure you that I will always look for the ways and opportunities and create the necessary forum for peaceful dialogue among citizens who may have different points of view, where even if these differences cannot be resolved, we agree amicably to disagree. I therefore call upon you, my fellow Liberians, to work with me towards achieving a reconciled, united, and prosperous nation. Without peace, there can be no progress. Without peace, there can be no development. Without peace, there can be no growth. Without peace, there can be no prosperity. Whatever we do, whatever our differences, let us always take the path of peace. Let me assure you that I will always look for the ways and opportunities and create the necessary forum for peaceful dialogue among citizens who may have different points of view, where even if these differences cannot be resolved, we agree amicably to disagree. I therefore call upon you, my fellow Liberians, to work with me towards achieving a reconciled, united, and prosperous nation. Without peace, there can be no progress. Without peace, there can be no development.
There you have it, folks. Samson to Liberian Public Radio this afternoon. We, if you can hear me, okay. It seems that the more I talk, the less I'm not too sure what is happening here. But we'll try to fix it, I hope. But anyway, because my course is not quite. But anyway, folks, Samson too, if you can hear me, that's fine. That's what counts. Me hearing myself is not that much important. So now we'll go ahead and open a line, and if you have a comment, you can just give us a call. Let me make sure my stuff is set up, because this is. And as you all know, those of you that are also a sport fan, heard the passing of the young man, Kobe Bryant, which was a very, very, very heartbreaking and sad situation. You don't have to love sport, but this young man, those of all that saw him play, watched him play weekend over weekend, I mean, you just have like a kick in the stomach. It's very devastating. And so we continue to pray for him and his family. Not only did he pass, but his young daughter. I don't want to dwell on it. God is in control, and we just continue to ask God for blessing, and that his soul and the soul of all those that die with him will rest in peace, and God will continue to guide them through and guide the families of all those that pass. Anyway, let me go ahead and put it up there. That's going to be our number. Samson to LeBron Public Radio. Let me play this while I'm waiting for your call. Okay, folks, Samson to LeBron Public Radio. Like I said, I'm not going to be here long tonight. It's Wednesday afternoon. So, in fact, I just want to call it quit now anyhow. But you heard it. You heard my analysis of the speech. And like I said, it didn't bring much excitement to me. Let me do this here a little bit here. Let me go back to 1975 and see... not 75, I'm sorry, 1974, almost 75, 1974, it said, one of the fundamental characteristics of modern democracy is the establishment of government by the people, for the people, and of the people. Now, if you open a speech like that, on the you get the young people and everyone else involved because you already invited everybody. Because of this fact, Thomas said, a basic obligation is imposed by the Constitution upon the executive to make regular and periodic report to the people through their duly elected representatives on the trust of conducting the affair of government in accordance with their mandate. Oh my goodness! This is about 1974. Okay, so thus, in keeping with the Constitution of the Republic, I am pleased as Chief Executive to perform my duty for the third time of reporting to you on the conduct and administrations of the affair of the government of Liberia during the calendar year of 1973. Exactly 1 year to the date since I delivered my last. It sound pretty much like Dr. Weo. Okay, exactly 1 year to the date since I delivered my last annual message. Ladies and gentlemen, as you commence this third section of the 47 legislation, it gave me exceedingly joy and great pleasure once again to extend to you all, to your honorable body, and heartfelt welcome. Okay, let me answer it. Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio, what's your name, where you're calling from, what's on your mind?
My name is Madison Camon. I call from Houston, Texas.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Camon. Thank you very much. Go ahead. What's on your mind, sir?
Well, I just tuned into your program not too long, and the portion of the speech that I heard, I just want to address that.
Okay, go ahead.
The human right issue, especially where the president was talking about the government have not, under the year review, they have not, single bullet have not been fired at any citizen, and people are exercising their constitutional right. I just want to say the president was not sincere in that area. There was an incident in Kingsville where a protester, a young Liberian citizen, was killed, and also during the January 6th protest, tear gas was used. I think if the president was sincere, he should have just opened his head that, you know what, let's recognize all the victims of injustices in our country by a moment of silence, and let's call every one of us to understand that this is our country. We have to understand that we should live together and do things to help our country, and try to address some other things and make everybody feel welcome in the gathering, and that will show some sign of honesty on his part. But you can't come and just open a lie to us. I think they say we're not fighting the issue in Liberia. I think that was not good for his end. And then another point he talked about Liberia will no longer be spectator in the economy. I thought the president would have just single out few entrepreneurs in our Liberian society to say, see, these are the people who in our society contributing towards the Liberian economy, and they are Liberian citizens. They are not spectators. They are involved in this. Please stand up. Excuse me, Mr. Tu over there. Mr. Tu has this company. He's a Liberian citizen. He contributing to the economy. Point out people who are participating as Liberian economy. That would have also give signal out there that indeed our people are no longer spectators. But you just say the word and nobody there, to point out to justify some of the things he's saying. I don't think we understand it. For me, I didn't understand that part of the speech. And then another thing on the reconciliatory side, look at the vice president. I thought in my mind, say the president would have gone to the vice president, shook her hand or maybe hug her, and give a little joke there and make people come out and smile and other thing. But I mean, his speech was just like she was not even there. And I think it was something that he missed. If he had done that, today we're going to be in the press. So the president sent a reconciliatory hand to his vice president, the hug, they chatted. You're going to bring some level of peace between them. But I believe up to now it's not settled yet. I think you can see from the picture that came out from that particular program.
Right.
And then lastly, even the incident that happened in Pinsville. I know Pinsville, where the fire that got there, the Muslim school that killed those children. I think in my mind, the president would have just recognized that particular incident and say, I think during the year on the review, we lost our citizens, some of them, horrific fire. Let's have a moment of silence for them. Bring us some other things to unite the country. I know they happen at the United Nations, but in our own, program, we would have been also another moment where people can understand. But let's be real. Let the president be real when you're addressing the country. You shouldn't be sugarcoating things that the people not saying things. So that's all my point I want to share. But thank you so much again.
Thank you, my brother. We appreciate it.
All right.
give me a call, 916. Somebody was calling earlier, but I wasn't able to get. But anyway, while I'm waiting for your call, let me continue reading. So tell and this is 1974, folks. These are technical things, and these were somebody wrote it for the president. That's definitely. I'm sure he wrote some of them himself. But anyway, let me go. It gave me exceedingly joy and great pleasure once again to extend to you, to your honorable body, a heart welcome to the seat of government, and above all, to wish you God's continued guidance in conducting the business of the state, which the responsibility of your position impose. Oh man, the book that's not something to play with. We offer praises and thanksgiving to Almighty God, our great provider and protector, through whose our power we have all been spread to serve the great cause for which we have been chosen, firstly by him and secondly by the citizen of the republic. Samson told LeBron Public Radio, what's your name and where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, Mr. Tool.
Oh, thank you, George. Thank you, Mr. George. I know the voice by now. Thank you very much.
Yeah, there's a whole lot in the speech the president talked about, but I always say this: saying something and doing it, those are two different things. Mm. The president spoke about fighting corruption, but when he came to power, the local report, he himself constituted a committee from the crime report. All those things, we did not hear anything mentioned in his speech. Mm-hmm. Now, how can you say you want to fight corruption when report has been made to you and you are not acting upon it 2 years going to 3 years, and you say you want to fight corruption? So I think the president was not sincere in that. Then another issue he talked about, Liberia feeling the impact of the development that has been made in the country. Really? I don't know what impact. Today you can ask any Liberian to tell you that the life has changed, or it's better now than before. I don't know how many Liberians you ask that question, they will tell you that. That is not being sincere. Today, people are in queue fighting for gasoline, and you've seen that. The Liberian people not feeling the impact of your development effort. Really, Mr. President, you are not sincere in that. You spoke about peace. How can you say you want peace when you and the vice president, people are insulting her openly, and you are not saying anything? The government has not said anything to that. You were the president on a campaign trail. You insulted people. Now, how can you say you want people to reconcile or you want peace when you, the president, not speaking the language of peace? There are high issue with that. You talk about Liberia will not be spectated. This is the third time the president mentioned these things here. But I want to ask the president, all the contracts they gave her, how many bids they put in the public from Liberia to participate? All the constructors he's talking about are awarded to Lebanese and Indians. So how can you say, Mr. President, Liberia will not be spectators when all the lucrative contracts are going to Lebanese and Indians? That is not just being truthful. He spoke about human rights. Let me go to his. He said 12 years there was non-violence in the struggle, which I totally disagree. They walked the police station to demand Jefferson Police release. They burned tires in the street. So how the president can come to tell us that during the 12 years of the struggle, it was non-violent? When they had women clothes in the street, cussing, burning tires, blocking roads, even though the government cannot have it in it. So you cannot say that the 12 years of the English that were non-violent, it was not marked like that. It was marked by violence. So that is not being honest to the Liberian people. And the next thing I want to talk about is that he's saying that Liberians should all come together. Fine. But what are the parameters? What are the yardsticks that the president is using to bring Liberians together? when you have the city mayor and lead a group of people to go and attack people violently, viciously, and nothing come out of it. The court system, there's no justice for the poor. We see rape on an increase in Liberia. There's nobody bringing people to book. You talk about the one to set the court system. But what have you done? 3 years now going. It's the same message over and over. We are not seeing action. So I just want to leave the president on this note. If you think that he wants us to feel the impact of his administration, we need action. Not this word, this rhetoric. It's the same thing 2-3 years now going to. It's the same thing being repeated. So I just want to tell the president and the people that are working along with him, not let him act instead of talking too much. Because all the things he said yesterday, many.
Are you with me?
Yeah,
okay.
On students.
Mm-hmm.
We saw the use of tear gas on peaceful and hot water on migrants who were exercising the political rights. So how can the president can come and say nobody? When Henry Costa have been haunted in Liberia, when Martin Costa has to run for their life, when the lady who gave the Latinist speech, they attacked her because she said something that they disagree with. When the vice president said that she was not getting her benefit, they go after her. So, Mr. President, please try. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. Give me a call here, 916-533-2048. I will continue reading. Let me continue to do the reading for that's Dr. Taber back in January 23rd, 1973. At the E.J. Raw building. This is a place that I used to dance to. But anyway, let's read on. He said the international affair, the transcending event in the international affair during the year 1973 was undoubtedly the short but brutal and destructive war in the Middle East, which began on October 6. As regrettable as it was, there is cause for hope that this conflict in the troubled region during the past quarter of a century may at least result in the forming of a realistic formula for the occasion of lasting peace with justice and human dignity in the Middle East. Despite its relatively brief duration, that has been. I can't even read folks. I'm having a problem. Has had. I don't understand that one. But anyway, that I will read it exactly. Has had far-reaching international repercussion, which have reverberate around the world. Its implication have exceeded. I'm reading Dr. Wiana. Its implication have exceeded a mere claim of complete rights and interrupt between the Arabs and the Israeli. Why am I going to do it? Let me jump out of that one. Let me go. Oh, you see what I did? The knowledge of distance between East and West. So he touched on East and West. He also he called it the knowledge distance between East and West, which has been, you don't want to touch too much, absolutely achieved as a result of constructive effort on both sides, including the friendly and useful exchange of state visits between President Richard Nixon and Chairman Leader Bradnesky, whatever his name is. Okay, so he's touching that, but that's not my interest. Let's go to see how many pages of international affairs here? Almost 8 pages. Okay, foreign relation. You see how he came from international, now he's going into Liberia now, but foreign relation. Okay, it is very pleasing. It is very pleasing duty to note. And now, when he gets into the different departments, State Department, they put their own stuff together and they go on. They give it to him. Then people refine it and make sure that there's no saying from one position to another. Okay, let's go on. Look, after the foreign relation, let's see what's the next department he's going to be. Minister of Finance. He touched on that. And the Minister of Finance information back in 1973. In his annual report, the minister have noted that the war economy in 1972 experienced a that sounds like Dr. Weir. That sounded like Dr. Weir. Experienced a broadly based upswing in which 1973 reaches a peak and level of growth of output and trade, as well as employment and capacity utilization register high rate despite serious problem in the management of currency relationship. Folks, I mean, this is just something. You see how he got from the foreign relation. First he started with international relations. He went to foreign ministry. Now he's into finance ministry. And those days when the president is giving a speech, the ministry, each of the ministry put their stuff together and then they give it to the president and says, man, and then they refine it, but they take the meat out of the ministry and make that point. Okay, Liberia economy in 1973 continued to pass through a phase of internal consolidation, which why being committed brutalists. They use brutalists. Committed. The growth of the national product was sustained and was based primarily on iron. Currently, Liberia most important economic earner assets, lumber, rubber, and some other crop crops. My people, man, those days we gotta try our best and bring those days back, man. Yeah. So when he left. On the finance ministry, look how many pages he had for finance ministry. Okay, then he went to the Minister of Planning and Economic Affairs. Okay, the economic situation during the period under review, the somewhat sluggish 1973 sluggish, somewhat sluggish tempo of the economy showed marked improvement compared to 1972. Oh, I love these people. I love them. They kept records. They were keeping records at times from one point to another. So when they make reference to these things, they have the ability to go back to it. So let's go on. So he went on to minister. You see, those are the kinds of stuff that was lacking as far as I'm concerned. You tell us. Okay, well, this ministry is responsible for X, Y, and Z, and this is and that's what Tobo was doing here. Okay, from the ministry then he went on to Minister of Commerce, Industry and Transport. From there, he went on to Minister of Justice. Now, this is the part that had my interest for one time, because here he fired somebody that I was not pleased with that position he took. And here they fired somebody that I wasn't happy with. But I'm not going to read the person's name. You can go and research it. The security of the state is the higher law of the land. It is therefore incumbent upon all the people, in particular the law enforcement agency, to ensure maximum efficiency and effectiveness at all times in the protection of the state and its inhabitants. In this manner, he said, the nation will continue to transparently, and its people will enjoy both political and economic stability and security. You see how we're able to in the economic be jumping right into Justice Department. Okay. One of the primary responsibilities, he said, of this administration is the conserving and protection of our human resources. We therefore cannot remain indifferent or permit to continue or check the excessive number of accidents. You remember what I'm talking about? Okay. Excessive number of accidents which are taking such heavy toll on our population through recklessness and other infringement and violation of our traffic law and safety rule. 1973 hasn't changed nothing. The same behavior is still happening 2020 in Liberia. traffic law, accident, they're still happening. Okay, so let's go. Minister of Defense. I am gratified to state that the performance of the Minister of Defense has been satisfactory. Liberia continues to enjoy peace, tranquility, and stability, thanks in part to the men and women of the armed forces of Liberia. We note with regret, however, okay, this is somebody died. We know with regret, however, that during the period under review, a pilot involving Mr. Prince A.N. Brannan, the Assistant Minister of Defense for Coast Guard Affairs, and Lieutenant Colonel William A. Sedi and Mose Kape of the Liberian National Guard Brigade aimed at overthrowing. Listen to this. Aimed at overthrowing the constituted authority of this republic by force of arms was timely uncovered by the government. They were immediately dismissed and, in keeping with the due process of law, arrested, charged, tried, and convicted by the Circuit Court, from which verdict they appealed to the Supreme Court, before which the tribunal, the case is now pending. This is just, I'm not reading about America, I'm reading about Liberia. That Liberia here, that not America I'm reading about. Okay. But anyway, so Minister of Local Government, okay, this is the party where two party were eating money from the countryside. I'm not going to even read them myself. But Minister of Education, okay, let's see what he said. But the approach of this administration towards development and progress has its primary goal, the training and education of the population to meet the specific needs of our nation. In concurrence with this frame of reference, the Minister of Education has concentrated in 1973 in effective program designed to improve and upgrade the overall level of education within the country. Oh my goodness. At this stage, he has considered it necessary to direct attention first on adjusting the administrative infrastructure of the ministry, and secondarily on improving standard in all areas of learning. Both people that are my area. Okay, let's go. Minister of Public Work. Okay, now this is okay. In this report, the Minister of Public Work outlined many difficulties which confront his ministry in execution of several construction projects. Oh, that sounds like today too, huh? Okay. Construction projects during the reporting period. However, in spite of these obstacles, mainly the lack of trained personnel. That sounds like today too. A number of projects were completed or are near completion. One of the most important projects undertaken was the renovation of the Capitol building at a contract cost of nearly $2.5 million. 1973 $1 million, in which fact almost terminated to rebuilding. They're almost rebuilding the building. Okay, you could have used that. It is hoped that the building will be ready for occupancy before the end of the year. Last year, as a result of an outbreak of fire at the Barclay Training Center. Ooh, I was in Maria when the fire happened. Oh, double mention that one. You remember the BDC fire? I was there when it cleared a lot of people. I was there. Okay, so last year, as a result of the outbreak of the fire at the BTC, okay, a number of soldiers and their family were rendered homeless. Samson told LeBron Public Radio, what's your name, where you're calling from, what's on your mind? Hello? Oh, okay, they ain't ready. All right. So a program for the construction of sustainable building to house these unfortunate victims was immediately embarked upon by the December 25th 6th unit at the total cost of $83,420. Okay, all right. So agriculture. The minister of our let me clear my throat. Agriculture. The minister of our economy. Wait a minute. Continue to be a core top priority, and our basic objective remain unchanged. We must achieve national self-sufficient. Self-sufficient in our stable food, rice. That is rice and cassava leaf. Our stable food by accelerating the production of rice, tree crop, livestock, and forestry products. To do this, we must provide more aid to sustain farmers, to improve and increase their productivity, and thereby change their status from mere substance to commercial character. That's tough, folks. That's tough. Folks, I'm gonna have to let it go. I mean, but this is back 1973. Okay, so anyway, let me do this and I'll say good night to all of you. It's been a wonderful one. Oh, my thing falling apart already? No, I'm not ready to leave yet. Come on. Okay. Okay, it's tough. Okay, 1973, that's Tubber, President Dr. William R. Tubber Jr., President of the Republic of Liberia, to the third section of the 47th legislature, January 23rd, 1974. You can read this, you can find it. If you can find it, you can read it. Tubber with his stick, and it's a very interesting reading. Okay, and they have in the back of it another interesting topic on that in the back of it. Conclusion. Okay, here they listed. Let me see if I can list. Some of you guys have relatives here. Honorable A. Wilson Jr., former minister. Okay, and so it has been with our friend, relatives, and colleagues who name I will now call with reference. Who are those people? Okay. Okay, let me A. Wilson. Okay. Another Basi Bangmala, John Bala Koli, the Right Reverend Stephen Doe Nabe, the Most Reverend Dr. Patrick Kai Joy, the Reverend Dr. T. Emanasi War, Honorable Thomas, and so forth, and on and on. Okay, but this is another. Oh wow, they have a lot of people here. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, because of the importance to African unity of maintaining ties of communication and friendship, the multiple. Okay, that's their problem. That's their problem. But did they tell you more about ministry in other places? This is just, when you look at what is happening today, and these are all people that are highly educated, put things together for the government to present. And I also have here, I'm just in the mood tonight to showcase the past history of the Republic. I also have here, it's an Armed Forces Day brochure. Okay, 1978. Our motto, United, Strength, and Freedom, we will defend. Published by authority, Minister of Defense, Monrovia, Liberia. Okay, and in this, they have so many. I'm going to go through. I know some of you that are listening have relative. Top picture is up here. President William R. Tubber Jr., Commander in Chief. And then, okay, let's go look at something. What is he saying here? Dear comrade, on this significant milestone of the 21st anniversary observance of the Armed Forces Day, I am immensely gratified to hail and salute all the stewards, generals, and responsible men, and with me now serving in several branches of our military forces, as well as all the heroes and heroines of the yesterday and today who served the nation with dedication and loyalty to the extent that some made the supreme sacrifice above and beyond the call of duty. Toba. And here it is. Here is Armed Forces Day of Mr. Armed Forces Day message. Mr. Holder, I think Holder, Bright Holder was the Minister of Defense at this time. Fellow officers and comrades in arms. Yes, comrades in arms. LU students, y'all know about anything about comrades in arms? Yeah, the people here. These are the real comrades. On this occasion of the 21st anniversary celebration of the Armed Forces Day, I extend to you, he said, the Armed Forces of Liberia, sincere greeting and best wishes for you for a year of happiness and progress. As usual, we have greatly here today. We are gathered here today to pay homage to the cherished memory of our sin. Oh, my bro! That's bright. That's bright. And let's see. I got more picture here. Okay. Honorable Afra A. Curtis Sunya. Honorable Afra B. Curtis Sunya, Deputy Minister for Defense for Administration. Before Minister Curtis was promoted to the position of Deputy Minister of Defense for Administration, he served as Assistant Minister for Military Affairs. He was elevated to his present position in 1971. Honorable Curtis is a professional police officer and criminologist. He was trained at the University of Southern California, that the early area, where he took the bachelor degree in police science. He also underwent specialized training in criminal detection at the Federal Bureau of Investigation, USA, Scotland Yard, England, Interpol in Paris, West Germany. He is also a lawyer by profession. You see what I'm talking about? This is the defense minister, deputy defense minister for administration, a lawyer, FBI agent. Oh man, how you gonna beat that one? Let me go on, folks. I'm in the history of making this. Honorable E. Hayden Smythe, deputy minister for defense for operation. Honorable Smythe was commissioned by President Tubber on August 2nd, 1977, to occupy the new position of Deputy Minister of Defense for Operation. Honorable Smythe, 49 years old at the time, started his public career in 1948 when he joined the National Police Force as a probationary private. He rose through the ranks, serving as Chief of Traffic, Deputy Inspector of Police for Montserrat County, Operation and Chairman of the Special Traffic Court in Monrovia. Mr. Smythe was appointed Director of Police from 1962 to 1972, where he performed with credit and distinction. From the Ministry of Justice, Mr. Smythe was appointed Chairman of the National Sport and Athletic Commission, which was later merged with the Ministry of Labor and Youth to form the Ministry of Labor, Youth and Sport. Okay, let me go on to the next question here. Honorable G. Wharton Tay, Assistant Minister for Defense. Mr. Tay? Wharton Tay. Okay, well, in February 1977, President Tubber was pleased to appoint Honorable Tay to this position, succeeding Honorable Afra B. Cornwall Sr., ADs aside from his previous involvement with the 11th Infantry Regiment in Marshall Territory. Okay, all right, okay. So Samson, as you know right now, I'm just wasting time. So I'm just reading these things to you. Okay. Yes, another one. Honorable William R. David Jr., Assistant Minister. So some of you here have relatives in here, the names that I'm reading, but some of you have read. Assistant Minister for Defense for Coast Guard Affairs. Honorable David is one of the young intellectual. Oh, I I love that. Who joined the Ministry of Defense in November 1976 prior to his appointment by President Totba as Assistant Minister of Defense for Coast Guard Affairs. Honorable David was employed by the Lamco JV Operation Company, Yekepa, Nimba County, as Superintendent of Community and Personal Development. Honorable David is a graduate of George Washington University and the American University, where he did a bachelor and master degree program. He completed 15 credit hours for a PhD program before being recruited by the UN secretaries as public affairs officer on the Council for Namibia. Ooh, man, we got some smart Liberian people, man. What? Yeah. You're playing right these are sort of both people. Okay, let me go on. Honorable Charles B. Harris, Assisting Minister for Defense for Civil Work. Okay, let's see what Mr. Harris. Mr. Harris is the son of the former member of the House of Representatives from Boone County, and Mr. Myver Harris Sr. was born on August 7, 1944. He attended the Booker Washington There was an institute at the time called Booker Washington Agriculture and Institute, Industrial Institute in Kakata at the time. That's the name of it. Okay, where he graduated in 1965 with a diploma in drafting. He enrolled at the University of Liberia for a brief period and later departed the United States for further study. In 1972, Honorable Harris earned an associate degree in architecture engineering from Cleveland East Engineering Institute. I was there. I know this school from Cleveland Engineering Institute. A year later, he earned another associate degree in structural engineering from Lakeland College, Cleveland, Ohio. Still in pursuit of higher education, the young engineer migrated to the Cleveland State University. I know about that university as well. This is the university. Who else went to that university? I think Emmanuel Tay got his master's degree from Cleveland State University. I believe that the late Emmanuel Tay, I believe, got his master's degree in engineering from Cleveland State University. But anyway, so he went to where he obtained a BSc degree in civil engineering. Upon returning to Liberia in 1975, Honorable Harris was employed by the Liberian Mining Company as chief mining engineer. Served in that capacity until last year when he was appointed by President William R. Tubman to serve as Assistant Minister for Defense for Civil Work on May 30th. Whatever. Okay, let's move on. Here are the critical staff of the Ministry of Defense. Okay, the minister. I'm sorry, folks. You can't see these pictures here, but these are the critical staff. These are the secretaries, the professional secretaries, the young ladies that used to work. Young lady and 1, 2, 3 guys. Okay, but let's go. The critical staff of the Ministry of Defense is an important branch of the ministry. Okay. Picture Mrs. Nettle W. Hampton, Special Assistant, and Mr. Anthony P. Tukpa, Administrative Assistant, seated at. Okay, let's move on. Lieutenant. Okay, yes, another one. Yes, I'm reading on. Message of the Chief of Staff, Lieutenant General Henry K. Johnson. I remember this general because I was living in barracks at the time. He used to come to the barracks, the headquarters over there. So I remember seeing him a lot. Okay, comrades in arms, he said. Once again, time has completed its yearly circle, and as we jubilantly observed it jubilantly observed the 21st anniversary of the Armed Forces Day of Liberia, we are reminded of our obligation and responsibility to our Commander-in-Chief. Let's praise the King. I love it when we do that. I love it. You see the President Chief, long time. Okay, our obligation. The general Tobafini telling you that their obligation is to the people, but now the general said, no. Our obligation and responsibility to our commander-in-chief. The nation and our people, of course, you got to say that. But I tell you, it's going to be the other one. We are also reminded of our higher calling, what is expected of us. Yes. Man, people have pride those days, man, about the country. They still do. Okay, yes. Major General Samuel H. Harris. Now, this old man, the employee, is the one that hired my little brother in the army, and he thought that could be his son. And he got General Samuel Harris Sr. Okay, was commissioned Deputy Chief of Staff on May 11, 1977 to succeed the late Mike Jonathan A. Mason, the general career for himself. Okay, let's move on. Okay. United States military mission to Liberia. I'm not even going to go there. Okay, yes, another one. The staff comprised of career officers who assist and advise the chief of staff in a daily administration of the armed forces of Liberia. The first person, Colonel Joseph B. Sharp, Director of Staff. Major Kamba J. Y. Conlon, Assistant Chief of Staff, G1. AFL, okay. Colonel Sharp was assigned Director of Staff. Okay, I'm not going to go through that. Okay, Colonel Richard S.D. Kaduru, Assistant Chief of Staff, G2. I think those are G2 and G1. Those are security people. You don't play with them. You don't play with them. So let me go on to the next one. Colonel Stephen J. Kofa. I remember this guy in the BBC. Young man, he used to come and play football with what's his name? The guy that used to play for St. Joseph Warrior. He was in the army also. William Jabbo. They all used to play together. Yeah, I remember that on the field. I think he. I'm not too sure if he played for defend evader or something like that. But there was a good guy. William Jabbo used to play for St. Joseph Warrior, by the way. Tall guy, very strong guy. Anyway, so Major Gene F. Colley, Assistant Chief of Staff, G4. Okay, Major Wallace A. Power, the Controller, AFL. Okay, Colonel Joseph E. Smith. Oh, I know. I think he later on became small became. Is that the small? This guy looked familiar. Joseph Smith. Joseph A. Smith. I think he later became superintendent either from Ball County or Lofa County, I think. But anyway, who cares? I mean, you know, these people they had an experienced infantry officer, became adjutant general in 1976. Like many of his colleagues on the general special staff in the field, Colonel Smith is a veteran of the just like my own uncle. Colonel Smith is a veteran of the Congo crisis. You know, back in the 60s, I believe in 61 or something, they sent Liberians to Congo when they were having some serious problems over there. Do you know that? Do you know they sent Liberians to Congo? Okay, and they're saying he's a veteran. He has taught many ROTC courses to young military cadets. And is looked upon as a qualified and intelligent staff officer. Yes, another one. Major Mark A. Colley. Okay, the chief of finance. This guy look real smart. He looks smart. Yeah, but of course, call it that. Either from Lofa County or Bon County, they're very smart people. They don't play with boat business. They don't have something to. Okay, Colonel Frank J. Smith, commanding officer, aviation company. Franklin J. Smith, if you know him. Okay. Yes, another guy. Major Grady Allison. I think all Liberians know who Grady Allison, the chief single officer, AFL. Major Allison entered the army in 1960 as a private, and after basic training was commissioned second lieutenant. He was assigned commander of the single company and later traveled to the United States for further training in single propagation. Okay. Let's go on. Folks, this is coming from, this is, the Protestants back in 1978. Okay, Colonel M. Fulton W. Yancey Jr., Commander, Tubman Military Academy. Colonel Yancey returned from the Command and General Staff College in the United States. Ooh, these are smart people, man. They're very intelligent. In the United States, to take up his new position as assigned as Commander. Okay, let's go to the next one here. Major Thomas S. Rating, Information Officer. Okay, and then they have another one here. Captain James E. Tony, Special Assistant to the Chief of Staff. Okay, let's go on. Then they have Colonel James Stafford Howard, Inspector General. Then they have, this one I know. Colonel Joseph N. Blambo, George African General. This one I know him well. Major John T. Bonga, Provost Marshal, I don't know the army term, man, please. General Raymond B. Allen, Chief of Military, AFL. Okay, now here is during a handshake, during a shake-up at the Ministry of Defense last August, in which 5 senior army officers were dismissed and retired, respectively. A similar number were commissioned to fill. Okay, that was when remember what I read about people thinking we want to overthrow our government back in the 70s? Okay, anyway, let's go on. The Liberian National Guard Brigade. Okay, now here they are, and I will just read that name. General Barclay, seated at the desk, post for, okay. First Lieutenant Thomas M. Kesselly, Thomas M. Kesselly, and also Deputy Commanding General Major D. Post Dolo, and Second Lieutenant Mose M. Colley. Okay, now this guy I know because I used to visit my uncle. In fact, yeah, my uncle standing right here. This guy I know because I used to visit my uncle behind the barracks. The Executive Marshal Battalion. The Executive Marshal Battalion is commanded by Colonel Charles E. Ridley. He died during the coup. I know that for a fact. Ridley Jr. The battalion provides security for the head of state, his immediate family, and the executive marshal ground. Colonel Ridley holds the oldest commission in the government after being promoted and assigned commanding officer of this unit by President Tubman on July 24, 1979. Immediately after Tubman's death. Immediately after, when he became president, some of the first assignment following the death of London of President Tubman. Following the death in London of President Tubman. That's exactly what Samson told you. Too smart, man. You know everything. The previous day, since this assignment, Colonel really has managed the battalion most efficiently and with effectiveness. Okay, let's move on. Okay, folks, Samson told, I'm reading here this afternoon. These are all Liberian, highly educated. They're not, they don't go to Total and grab somebody from Total and say, come be in the army. No, you got to be trained. And I'm reading these things here. Colonel Senny S. Wire Jr., Commanding Officer, first part, among the senior military officer commissioned and assigned May 11, 1973 was Colonel Sandy S. Colonel Ware relinquished his post as executive officer of the Executive Marshal Guard Battalion to become command. Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah, some of my colleagues there, colleague, I've never been, I mean, what I call them colleagues. Some of my relatives there being recruited in Tori. Yeah, they've been. Yeah. Some of them. I hope some of them are alive still. By the way, let me go on. I'm not gonna. They got a lot of names here. Colonel Wilmer K. Grandet. Oh, and who all behind him? Oh, I know the other one. Yeah. Okay. The picture show Commander Graydon with his star from left. Lieutenant Colonel S. Walker Peter, Deputy Commander S.T. Jimmy, Lieutenant Bassman, Commander Graydon City, Lieutenant Davis, and Lieutenant Nimland. Yeah. We're getting there. Yeah. Yeah, that's one when they say IRA. When people used to do IRA in the barracks, this is the IRA. Look at all of them. Their feet, their left feet hanging up with the salute, turning to the IRA people over there. Behind them. This is where they used to have the wake in the barracks. They also used to have the military army where my brother Roberto used to play in the band. They used to play in there too. So that and then on the right hand side they got the military police right there. Okay. So they're coming from the street area going to Atkins because I live in this place. So I just look at the picture, I know where the area is. All right. So depot these are the people that work as mechanics and stuff. Okay. All right. Military medical staff. Soko Saka Memorial Clinic, Barclay Training Center. That's BTC. I never went to the hospital though because I never got sick. You get sick, you go swim on the ocean and you get. Folks, there you have it. Samson told just pointing out some history here. Now let me be ridiculous here this afternoon. Those of you that continue to watch me, let me be ridiculous. I have this other book written by Prince Johnson. After giving you all of the good things that I'm going to end up with is that's Samson told. That's what I do, folks. That's what I do. Okay. Let me be a little bit ridiculous. Okay. He says here the gun that liberates should not rule. Prince Johnson. Anyway. 1991, Prince Johnson, all right, reserve, he said, blah, blah, blah. He said, circumstances, okay, this is the point that I always make. He says, circumstances often place people in situations they never would have expected. But life demands that grown-up men and women meet the challenges their circumstances may require. We, the member of the Independent National Patriotic Front of Liberia, see ourselves in the front line, in the forefront of the struggle for liberation. I don't know who you are liberating, no. For the liberation and reconstruction of our country. This struggle has involved tremendous sacrifices in terms of men and material. We persist in it not only because of our conviction that it is a just cause, but also because of our firm belief that the ultimate victory will lead to lasting peace. Prince Johnson, please. Lasting peace and prosperity for all the people. We've been struggling, we've been suffering for a very long time. Look at the kind of thing Prince Johnson right here. My goodness. Anyway. Folks, Samson told LeBron Public Radio it's been a wonderful one thing. I don't know how I ended up yet myself. People say, how you ended up? I must say, I don't even know how I ended up, but I just thought that I'd do this here this afternoon and on a Wednesday afternoon, folks. Let me, I deserve to drink a little water, huh? Water is sweet. Folks, this is Samson Tola Brumpa. You saw the reading that I did here, you know. Sometimes I just feel excited. And then I start reading some Totam language. I can't read well. I just read. I can't read. You saw how I was struggling with. I can't even pronounce some of the words. Just like somebody from Totam. No, why I keep saying that? I mean, from Remplo, because people from Total, they're educated. If I name some of the young people from Total, highly educated here in the United States, you will not believe it. It's something to when you say from Total. You know what part of Total I come from? From way in the bush of Total. The quick people, you know the kind of people, they got 2 sets of people in Total. No, in fact, 3 sets. They got the bush people of Total. Then they have the other people that consider us bush people of Total. Then they have the other people that consider the other people the bush people of Total. And then the bush people of Total consider us the bush people of Total. Then they have the real Total people that control everything. They speak well, they write well, they know everything. When you go before them in the courthouse, you put your finger and put your hand behind your back and you bang. You don't stand straight. Samson told folks. Okay, folks, we're back on the air for I just thought we have fun together here this afternoon. It's been a wonderful evening. We say thank you very much. We'll be back here again Wednesday. But what I'm going to do now, and I'm trying to confirm that with my management team to see if they will allow me to extend my program. Perhaps every Wednesday, as if I'm supposed to have an hour program, maybe they give me an hour and a half. So I will use the half hour for music. I think what happened last Wednesday, people were calling me and were praising me. You did well. The music was good. And I think I want to expand on that. I want to do more because it also brought not only the people who are listening and dancing, but it's also brought joy to me. On a Friday afternoon, I don't have to go anywhere. I play the music for it. By the time the music was done, I was just by sitting there and shaking my head, I was tired. By the time I ain't able to go outside, I went straight to bed. So it's also very helpful. It's very helpful. So in this, we will say, my man, I beg you, man, why you even say that kind of thing? Jacob, please stop that kind of thing, man. When I'm trying to compare me and the president is a good reader. The man is educated, man. Why you always do those things? Why you're always people? I'm trying to have fun, and then you're gonna bring my doctor. We are in it. He's a good reader. He's a good reader. So I have nothing against his reading ability. And furthermore, I don't even know how to read anyway. So anyhow, let me leave it as that. And this coming Friday, but please tune in tomorrow for Mr. Francis Janso, who will give you some wonderful information against tomorrow. And then Friday we'll be right back here, and whatever subject matter that we're gonna pick up. Somebody asked the other day, if you want to be a guest on my show, just the number you see on the stuff, just call that number. That's my direct number, my direct sales number. You call me, we make an arrangement, and we have the ability, we'll bring you in. The only thing we ask is that either you have Skype or you have a messenger. And the phone must be able to have a video phone. You have a phone that has a video capability, and then we will use that and bring you on to have a conversation with us. So all we need, if you want to be part of, if you want to participate, you have a subject matter that you want your brothers and sisters to get to. If you want to be a guest on a particular subject matter, just write us, and we will evaluate whatever it is that you're saying. I might not be knowledgeable in it. And so if I bring you on, I will expect you to lead, because the subject matter that you have, if I don't have any information, no input, I will do my own research. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to carry on and just sit down. I will do my own research and have little input, but I might not be averse as you are in that area. And so when you come here as a guest and think in area that your subject matter you're going to be choosing, and I am not much involved in that. And if I'm struggling, I will expect you to lead and be truthful. Because you know these young Liberians, you count the sugar, you lie, they will eat you raw. The young Liberians, they're sophisticated. They don't play with people. They come and watch your show. They come and watch something to show. When I call you right now, I start talking all kind of things. They say, man, public farm play to sit down, man, you know nothing. They've done it to me before. So if you're coming in as a guest and you're picking a subject matter, just know that you have Liberians who are sophisticated. In fact, you just heard one of them call here earlier and say, why would the president think that we're not listening and we're not keeping up with the situation in Liberia, that he will want to make up story or say something that if not, that it can be fact-checked very quickly. And if you do that, if you come here and try to put a wolf over the eyes of young Liberians, you're doing it at your own peril. Don't blame me and don't blame the Liberian Public Radio, because we got no control. If the young people intellectual, you coming on the intellectual platform and we announce we're bringing X, Y, and Z, got the topic, you better make sure it is your topic and you better make sure you study. And even if you think you're coming on a subject matter that I am proposing and you want to be part of it, you better make sure you study as well, because the young people will call and question you. They're not gonna come let you go free. And don't come here and get fed. Why you question me like that? You stupid, eh? You I've seen it on other show where the host get mad. What kind of question you asking me to man, go sit down somewhere, man? Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio folks, I'm having fun this afternoon. We want to thank all of you again. It's been a wonderful, wonderful time. And we'll leave you now. And like I said, Nathaniel's father passed, and we know that. And we also express our sympathy to our own little brother. But as a family, we'll do what we have to do. So anyhow, let's go ahead. I'm going to take the how do you call it, the phone number off now. And I'm going to be now playing music. That means when you see no more number on there, you can't call me, because if you do, I'm not going to answer. Listen to the music, and we'll call it quit for the night. How's that? It's been a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful evening. Thank you very much for letting me come in here, reading, and making a fool out of myself. I appreciate you guys very much. And please, tune in again Friday, where we'll have fun together. Not that you don't have anything to do, but please continue to follow us and express yourself. Always say, give us the opportunity to express ourselves as well, and give us the opportunity to try to convince you to come our way, because that's what we want you to do. However, you have to resist. You have to resist until we prove more than just mere talk. We prove to you that what we're saying is something that will benefit not just you, but your fellow men. Other than that, resist us as much as you can. Make us to work hard. Make us to be put on the test, intellectual test. Test us and see if we know what we're talking about. Other than that, I'll say thank you very much and have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday evening. Good night, folks.
You're dio. When you me my tana ya do ye now. See the one more dio. When you quiet tana ya do ye now. Tana ya do ye now. Tana ya do ye now. When you me my tana ya do ye now. 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 Ma problem bale. See the one more dio. See the one more dio. Problem bale. The one more dio. See the one more dio. When you ready here, tana ya do ye now. 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 See the one more dio. Ma problem bale. When you more dio. Ma problem bale. See the one more dio. See the one more dio. Ma problem bale. When you more dio. See the one more dio. See the one more dio. When you quiet, tana ya do ye now. Tana ya do ye now. Tana ya do ye now.
Yeah.
verio. Oji besa yo, lokoro borusu kuona verio. Angane meyo, oji borusu kuona verio. Angane meyo, lokoro borusu kuona verio. Angane meyo, duro tape makuria, bokwa ya seba. Onana aya ma lokoro mane sikuro mwa ye poza ne kripu ya moreu. Lokoro tori borusu ku. Suku ogere yo, omo ya lokoro kete so lori ti doro. Karema tibi enana monyo kabora kanama iye karema tibi enana sono sere kanama pare kwekuri kuna inana pare wagi kanama baye jibo basogo sakati ko pare monyo basogo Lokrupi basogo, zakati ko pare munyo basogo. Tumo wana, pare tumo wana, lokrupi otasingo. Tumo wana, pare magi tumo wana, amoye bobere kana.
I thought you, but it's a good you,